Stephanie Vane, I have a books. I'm a book. There's so many books. Hello everyone, Stephanie here. This was actually an unexpected video, but as you can tell from the title, it's going to be an unhaul. I'm deciding to get rid of some books that I've read. Some of them I'm still like indecisive about because the majority of the books that I've actually kept that I've read are books that I've really enjoyed, or I enjoyed the first book enough to want to continue the series, and then, you know, so on and so forth. And then I have a couple that I had in a pile. One of them I never finished, and just yada yada yada. So I'm going to start off with the ones I haven't read yet. So this is just a very unprepared video. I was just kind of like, let me film this so I can go ahead and get rid of these as soon as possible. Because if not, they're going to be sitting in my room, in my car, and then the purpose of getting rid of them will have been defeated. You know, the story goes on. To start off, I brought these home because like I had given them to my nephew. He's never going to read these, and quite frankly, I never will either. I've already come to the conclusion I do not really enjoy a whole lot of middle grade. The only middle grade I'll ever try to finish is Harry Potter. And that is 2 books. I believe it's the Mysterious Benedict Society, and then the Mysterious Benedict Society and the Perilous Journey by Trenton Lee Stewart. Someone else will enjoy these. I have this random Western that my mom had gotten from my dad. I was like, oh, maybe I'll keep it. I was like, no, I'm not. And this is The Brothers O'Brien, A Time to Slaughter by William W. Johnston. The Devil Wears Prada. I really enjoy the movie, and I got this at Goodwill when it was like 50 cents or something. And the thing is though, like even when I got it just in case, but I have no inclination to actually read it. I'd rather just keep watching the movie a million times like I've already done. Next one is one that I started reading, and it was pretty good, but I read it at a time for a slump, and that was not even, it was probably the very beginning of last year. At some point I tried reading this, and it wasn't bad, but it just, I really, like I see it, I'm just like, yeah, I'm never gonna read you. And that is Russian Winter, a novel by Daphne Kalite. I already forgot what it's even about. I already forgot the little, like the 150 pages I read. I'm never gonna go back to this, but I know I enjoyed it, and I believe it's a historical fiction that also introduces, like, it goes back between the past and the present type thing, and it wasn't bad, but I'm not gonna read this. The last 2 that I have that are unread, well, one of them I haven't unread, but I'll talk about that later, is Missing Soul Edge by Mahmoud Dolatarabi, and honestly, Tolabad, okay, I can't. I have other books I'd rather read that are more like literary fiction, not just like, you know, whatever, and just no intentions of reading this. And I'm pretty sure maybe someone needs this for school, because I think my sister got this for school and then gave it to me, and it's been on my TBR for 7+ years. I'm coming to the conclusion I'm not going to read it. And then also In Malice Quite Close, honestly, it's just not, when I got it I should have read it because I know I would have enjoyed it, but I don't really care for romance, and I have a couple romances. I mean, I like things like Outlander for romance, but I have, like, you know, some E.L. James books that I still need to finish. I just don't feel like reading this. On to the pile that I have actually read is Hello Goodbye by Emily Chenoweth. This is actually a really good book, but I was looking, I was like, yeah, I'm never gonna reread this. This is about a girl whose mother has who's sick, and they go on a family vacation, and it's looking into the lives of them while they're on vacation before her mother got sick, how she got sick, and all that other stuff. And it was very good. I do recommend it, but I know I'm not gonna read it again because it's contemporary, and you guys know I've never really been a huge contemporary fan to begin with anyway. I've read the first 2, which is Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, well, Percy Jackson and Olympians, Lightning Thief, and Sea of Monsters. They're good. I did enjoy them. I gave them 4 out of 5 stars, or like 3.5 out of 5 stars, something like that. I'm not like attached to them, and I really just don't care about the story. I liked the movies, and if they were to continue the movies, I'd probably watch them. I like them a little bit more. And also, you guys know, middle grade. And then I have the last book because I found it and I was gonna read it, but I just really disliked the second book. Not like disliked it, but I just didn't care for it. The thing is the moment I was done with it, I was like, okay, I don't care about the story anymore. So these 3. I have 2 like mystery novels, and that is Dead Before Dark by Wendy Corsi Staub. something to do with a psychic and being able to see murders before they happen type thing, or after they happen, something like that, and then she becomes a target. It was very good. I do recommend it, but I have others, like I just know I won't ever reread this. And then also I have Deep Down by Karen Harper, which has to do with like a plantation that has that has ginseng, you know, and stuff like that, and something happens to her mom, and it just very good. Never gonna reread them. I have this one, which is a concise biography of Adolf Hitler. I read this when I was in like 9th or 10th grade, really enjoyed it, and I would want to read more of him, but I'd rather read other things. So this one going, because it's not like a Diary of Anne Frank or Young Girl, whatever it's called, that I would reread. Really ridiculous Nightlight, a parody. Honestly, it was just so ridiculous. I only kept it because I was like, oh, this is a Twilight parody. It was actually quite horrible. It just wasn't even funny. I didn't even finish it because I just did not enjoy the story. So why am I going to keep that? The last second to last one is Burns by Ellen Hopkins. I really did enjoy it, but you know, I'm not angsty anymore. And I got this last year. I read it. These are such quick reads. And I enjoyed it, but not. I'm only keeping Impulse because I have every intention to reread that because it's been so long since I first read it, which was back in like, it was around, I don't even know when that book came out, to be quite honest. I don't know, but I read it around the time it came out. So I'm getting rid of this one. And the last one is because I don't really care for this book and it's taking up space, and I'm never going to pick up the last two. And that is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I did enjoy this book, but honestly, there was just things that happened that really annoyed the crap out of me. And I enjoyed it more while I was reading it. And then when I was done, it was one of those things where, well, I didn't even enjoy it a whole lot while I was reading it. I felt that it dragged. It just wasn't that interesting. I like the world and stuff, but it's just meh. And yeah, and I know someone would love to find this for $1 at Goodwill, because if I hadn't read it, it also just didn't live up to what I thought it was going to be. So that is my unhaul. Totally random. I might actually just post this today. Today's Thursday. My phone just went off. But yeah, I don't really always like getting rid of books that I've read, because usually if I haven't already gotten rid of it, it's because I enjoyed it and I have every intention to reread it at some point in my life. But I've been like cleaning my room and stuff, and I have absolutely no space. So I'm like, let me make some space. Maybe I come across another book or two that I won't, and I'll just like include that later on in the future. But that is my unhaul. Let me know. I don't know if there's anything to let know. I just felt like showing you the books I don't care to keep. So I'll see you guys in my next video, and goodbye.